Hello, everyone on SpeedGaming or in the future on YouTube. We have ourselves fifth round of Metroid Prime 2 Echoes Rando tournament. This is the 2-2 matchup. Win or go home. We got Miguel and Naii going up against each other. I am Leno, joined today by Aaron. How you doing today, Aaron?
Great. I generated this seed, and I'm expecting some funky stuff. The last few I've made have been pretty fun to watch. So hopefully this is the same.
I'm expecting good things. We have a great hash. Screw GFC Beam. Nothing bad could ever happen with this. Joining us today on tracking is Gollop, winner of a match yesterday against Baja Blood. Say hello to everyone. Gollop, everyone say hello to Gollop. We are off.
Sorry.
Nothing funny about this match today. No runners agreements of any kind. So we have a boring old Temple energy controller start.
Oh, Spider Ball. Yeah, that's Spider Ball. And Miguel's talking to Umos. Alright, word.
Amber Translator
Oh.
is 3 rooms away from Sky Temple Key 1. Okay.
Those hints are awful, but the placement of that leads me to believe that you're just gonna run into that regardless. So
yep.
Yeah.
So maybe STK1 is in Mining Station A, for example, and Amber is in Mining Station Access, something like that. Or Mining Station Access has Amber and Mining Plaza has STK1. That would be terrible.
Big fan of both of them skinning the Violet Gate first.
Yep.
Thumbs up.
Free time save after the cutscene from Dark Alpha Splinter. Unfortunately, no missiles, no light beam, no power bomb, so we have to do this fight the long way.
Yeah, to say again, there are no agreements for this race. Just standard tournament settings with the progressive grapple, progressive suits, required main power bombs, but not required launcher.
About RDs, I'd have to know what RD stands for in this case.
Racer disagreements, I guess. Well, technically there were some racer disagreements. Naii asked for, I believe, a couple RAs, and Miguel said no to all of them, as you can do.
Yep.
As a participant of the tournament, you don't have to agree to anything.
Now, I have a quick question for you. As someone who typically does not do runners agreements, is there any specific reason why you would or not want to do that?
I don't know, I just like following the format that, like, the whole, like, people participating in voted on at the start. I feel like it's maybe more indicative of my play if I'm always playing the same format, kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know, okay. I just like thinking about it that way. Makes it easier for me to stay with, like, one mindset for what to do next when I'm playing seeds and stuff.
Yep. That is a good point right there. It looks like it's a missile and transport B, and we got an Aegon key off of Dark Alpha Splinter.
It looked like Emerald in the ceiling, yeah.
Was it Emerald? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's Emerald.
Okay. Some sort of translator / visor says Gollop, our tracker. Gollop, our awesome tracker, pushing all the buttons, keeping us honest today, so we know what we're talking about.
I see a peak here. That's so hard to see on the restreams.
Actually, it looks like it might be a missile. I wonder if either runner might try task jump or E-dash to get up to that.
That launcher?
Oh, is it?
They're both doing the E-dash, that's awesome. Love this strat. I'm a big fan of replacing like bad slope jumps that are hard with like average difficulty extended dashes. You can do it in GFMC as well to dupe the item. It feels really nice.
One of these days, I'm going to figure out the button combination that makes that work. It is the missile launcher.
That's funny. I'm expecting, like, wow, if you have bombs or space jump, and okay, never mind. I guess it is bombs locking that item. They could go back for the Emerald, but I wouldn't do that until later on.
Yeah, until they have reason to go back that way. Probably after the first Aegon loop. Save warp.
So I guess it's gonna be bombs in this location by the elevator. I'm pretty sure that's the only item it can be. I guess Screw Attack can climb Mining Plaza, but at this point I'm Pretty sure the logic wants to place all these items. Yeah, power bombs too.
Yep. We have an energy transfer module and a curse leg, so we will not be seeing that today, unless our runners really want to validate. Energy tank on Tumos.
Yep, it's bombs. Okay.
Naii thinking about it. Naii was thinking about his options there.
Yeah, I
Miguel,
say you have
right.
bombs and space jump already. Like, I think clearing Aegon is probably the right call here, especially because the Amber might be here somewhere.
And Miguel has decided they want to go just straight to Aegon. They'll come back for Temple Grounds loop. Probably want to wait for either Screw Attack or Power Bombs to do GFMC, or just do Jump Guardian right away.
I don't believe Amber can be in comm area because it was exactly 3 rooms away, right? There aren't any items that are 3 rooms away.
Oh, that's
from
right.
Comm
Yeah,
area.
that's true. Yeah.
Pretty sure. Oh, FTA is 3 rooms. Okay, that one would be a little silly.
Oh.
Annihilator early.
Early Annihilator. That's usually a bad sign. That light or dark beam are buried.
I would feel pretty bad about this seed if Amber was in comm area and it ended up being the Sky Temple key in FTA, like Golb was saying.
Looks like it's beam ammo in mining station A.
This is
Oh.
Amber. Okay, never mind.
Okay,
Golb
so
was right on this prediction too.
1, 2. So let's see here. 1, 2. I think Central Mining Station has to be the SDK then, if I'm reading my rooms correctly.
You are reading them correctly. That's probably the key. Yep. This is an interesting spot to read this hint from.
Aegon, Torvus, and Temple Grounds for the Torvus keys. Oh, it's a missile up there. Okay.
Yeah, I can agree with picking this missile up. You almost never just want 5. And they're both picking it up, and they agree on it.
I like it.
There's another free one, so...
I like
Oops.
it just so you have the 10, so that way you can start getting 10 drops from the missiles instead of just the
Yeah.
5s.
Exactly. Pretty easy start so far. Just your standard route will bring you towards all the items so far. Yeah, we are seeing a route divergence here though. Naii is deciding to do this room with bombs before Bomb Guardian. I think probably 1 for the hint, which ended up being nothing, and 2 because you can bomb this slot without having to kill the pirates that spawn after the Bomb Guardian layer. I honestly have difficulty deciding which one of these is a better route sometimes, because if you take Miguel's route, you get the Aegon Energy Controller hint, and there's also the chance of finding Dark Beam in this area, which will allow you to get another item on Nai's path and in Cache 4. But it's situational. We could see either one of them benefiting here.
Got a Sunburst from the Bomb Guardian, so nothing special so far, but as you said, we're going to get the hint from the Energy Controller. Portal Terminal, however, just remind us to stay hydrated.
And also, yeah, what Aster said in terms of randomizer theory, that's astute. And if you...
Oh, no.
Is that a progressive grapple then? On a Morbus?
Could be. Might be a gravity boost, but to your point, it's probably one of the grapples.
That's awesome. But yeah, when you're playing versus your opponent in a randomizer, you got to consider their skill sets and abilities as well. So if you're trying to maximize your chances to win, you probably don't want to try executing the exact same path that they're doing. Well, you don't want to take an objectively worse path either, but if you have a chance to diverge, maybe you take it.
Now, knowing what Miguel knows, do you think they decide to do gate skip and just fight a Morbus immediately for that movement system?
Doing that without Screw Attack would require you to do Crossroads Secret World, or wall crawl all the way from probably Feeding Pit. Miguel actually does have a a newer setup for Crossroads Secret World, but it's still something that they probably wouldn't want to go for in a race like this. I don't know. I wouldn't do it just yet. And feeding Pit Secret World is another can of worms. Like, then going all the way over that in a randomizer race. I don't know.
Oh, you're a vanilla key, aren't you?
Is that a vanilla key? Come on.
Yeah.
Not vanilla, but
No.
not picking it up is interesting. I don't.
Oh, you know what? I think I get nice play. Pick it up later when you know you have to fight a Morbus, because that'll just force reloads at the Dark Aegon Temple.
Yeah, I guess that's a good play. Yeah, their health is just fine here too. I was thinking they would get more health out of it, but their health was also fine for moving back here.
But at the same time, you're not coming back here unless you already have all 3 keys. So I probably would have picked it up there, but I understand skipping it.
Is Naii playing on emulator? The loads are longer on emulator. Maybe that's played into the decision. I've got no idea. It'll probably end up being a relatively minor thing anyway, especially because Naii knows it. And I'd come back later. So Miguel doesn't come into Dark Aegon with any like a check advantage. The Dark Suit's nice, but Miguel's movement would make the Dark Suit here, even without an energy tank, kind of moot. Is Miguel grabbing this key? Okay, that's baller. No! Yeah, you can jump off those enemies to get up there, and then you can do a relatively tricky triple bomb jump BSJ to get up there.
Apparently, flexing hours are yes to yes, and we got a secret launcher off of Judgment Pit for Naii. Junction site is nothing.
Interesting spot for Seekers. Pretty early in this seed, but that's nice because if you have that screw attack walk behind a Morbus and also by extension 3 keys, having Seekers is nice to open up your routing options because you won't have the screw attack to open the doors without it. No Seekers can be a rather or no way to open purple doors can be a rather annoying thing to route around. We're gonna see Naii get back to the light world first.
Yep. And that mining plaza was the wait, was it the mining plaza hint that had the progressive grapple?
It was the Aegon energy controller one.
Okay.
That I talked about in Morbus, which
right.
I guess was probably a grapple. Like, it could be a gravity boost as well, but I'd say it's probably more likely to be a grapple. Oh, power bombs here too. A nice item to have early on. So thinking about what they can do now, GFMC is available to be backtracked from, so they can check the GFMC ship and the crate perfectly fine. There's a communication area like we talked about earlier. There's the hive cleanup. Anything else off the top of my head?
They can scout wind chamber. They can scout wind chamber, but obviously can't get it. And then once you start getting out of logic, we have wind chamber gateway. Potentially, hive chamber A, hive chamber B. I think you mentioned that.
Yep.
With Seekers, we can scout Hall of Undead. But yeah, I think that's the checks you listed. I think that's it.
Wonder if Nai's maybe hoping that they can get like some beam kind of item here that would allow them to route around into labs from here, but it's not going to happen. Oh, there is also labs. We think the central mining station item is just a Sky Temple key, but there's still command center and bioenergy production, and technically storage D also, but that's a potential soft lock path.
We haven't really seen Vanilla Darkbeam that much, either this tournament or previous tournaments. So storage D probably not ideal right now.
And then Doomed Entry too, another potential soft lock path. Anything that's not Darkbeam, I think will soft lock you. Like a light beam would allow you to get another chance at finding supers in Battleground, but I don't know. It's interesting to me that Miguel's going for this again. I probably would just leave it and come back and do this like during a cleanup.
Mhm.
It's not. I don't find it too hard to route this side of Aegon into a cleanup.
I mean, getting this now also just kind of orphans Incash 4 without Dark Beam. Nice job by Miguel, though. Putting
that's
all of that movement to use.
it's not a trivial trick to get comfortable at. You have to do your BSJ and have it be really good, and also make sure you like commit to moving forward towards the item as soon as possible, because otherwise you won't have the horizontal speed to be able to make it across.
Gollop, our tracker, pointing out the Sunburst might suggest that Light Beam might be soon because the generator often places Sunburst and Light Beam at the same time. That is an interesting tidbit I did not know.
That would also imply that Plane of Dark Worship will become available shortly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was a Sunburst hint? Oh my goodness.
That's not a good sign.
Why does it keep doing that? Like, it made sense when it happened during the CGC presets because the hints at the time for a portion of the tournament were bugged, so they would just point to, like... I don't know the technical details for how they were bugged, but they would point to things like Dark Burst early on, and we'd be like, why is it placing logical hints for Dark Burst? But, I don't know. The hints definitely seem to have been improved. I don't think they're broken again, so... Wish I knew why it placed a Sunburst in, but I don't. So, another set of divergence. Miguel's save warping, maybe to get that emerald sooner, I guess? If this is emerald, you can get the item under the save and then come out. If you plan to backtrack around... if you plan to backtrack out of GFMC using power bombs, getting this emerald now and checking this item is a good idea.
And Miguel's just going to blind check transport A access, which is, I mean, this is fine right here.
Opting to not take the save to take some time. Respect that play. Sometimes when you see a save station in Rando, you're just like, yeah, I'll just use it. But you're in a race. You want to try to save as much time as you can.
That is the third Aegon key on Dark Missile Trooper. So now Naii has access to all three, and thus a Morbus for that movement system.
Hooray!
I wonder if we see... I wonder when we see Naii go for that. Like, he already knows what's there. I don't know.
Yeah, they have a suit already, but the thing with the Morbus is that sometimes you can just kind of get smacked around, and you also take 10 damage every time you get knocked out of a worm when it doesn't play a cutscene. Echo Visor, nice.
Ooh.
You'd maybe want a tank, but also probably not. Taking a save.
Is
this a warp out of here?
I think so.
Oh, this is interesting.
This might be a Profane Path play by Naii.
That would be really interesting if Naii was able to route in finding Echo Visor. Because it's fastest to do the Hive Chamber checks after Dark Aegon by leaving Aegon through the elevators instead of warping to Great Temple. But it doesn't route that well into the rest of the checks. Unless you like plan to go all the way around GFMC, which knowing Emerald is here is probably not the best play. So if Naii is able to get the Echo by like combining both routes and get something out of Profane Path, that would be really interesting. That would also, if Miguel does Profane Path as well, that would invalidate Miguel's like warp to start trying to like backtrack out of GFMC because you're gonna go there anyway to check Profane Path, and then you just lost a bunch of time by actually doing the Hive Chambers with a slower route.
Miguel going for Metroid Prime strats by scan dashing everywhere. I love that.
Dashing is still fun in this game.
For those not in the know, scan dashing in Echo is not nearly as effective as it is in Prime. Prime, you can pretty much dash across rooms, whole rooms at a time with dashes. Echoes, they did cap the acceleration, I believe, or just cap the movement in general.
It's only with regular combat dashes. There are a bunch of ways, I think 3 ways that you can bypass their normal cap, I'd say. Extended dashes being one of them. So it's situational, though. In places where you'd want to use an extended dash, in places where it would be better to dash, just based on like terrain, time to set up, that kinds of stuff. But extended dashes, oh, that's light beam, are a valid option to traverse rooms. They are really close right now in terms of progression and what they've done. I think Miguel has the STK advantage with Crossroads, but I'd say that's relatively minor.
Yep. Well, there's also the third Aegon key pickup from Trial Tunnel. Naii will have to go back for that.
Yeah, that's true. That's not an insignificant amount of time, especially if you're playing on Dolphin.
Just a missile in the GFMC crate. Nai's going to dupe that.
So scan this translator gate, we'll dash into the item. Pretty smooth. Nice, useless key. Awesome.
I thought that would have been a Torvus key, knowing that we had one in the Temple Grounds.
I've seen this hint coming up in this Fortress Transport Access Room be really useful this tournament. I wonder if the same will be true here. Nope, never mind. Talking about Santa Claus. That's a funny spot for the hint, though, because I think the scan for Santa Claus is in GFMC. Disloyalty to MSB. Hey, they can both be good hints. They can both complement each other.
Oh,
that's a Sky Temple key. Well,
light suit required. That's the first time I've seen that successfully pulled off, other than DCR doing that. I don't know what the trick is to scouting that.
You just kind of jump your head up against the ceiling while looking up. It's pretty straightforward. The problem is, like, depending on the item, it can be harder to tell. You can, like, use the map, the pause menu lag, to, like, kind of freeze frame yourself to see it, but it's situational. SDKs are really easy to see.
Yeah, they're very, very green, very yellow. There's a red
very big.
And very big, yep. Red key in Wind Chamber. That's probably the Torvus key, but it might be an Hive key. Miguel's going to scan that for us. It is a Torvus key. Thank you. Thank you, Miguel.
Killing the pirate is interesting. Wait, Miguel's getting the... I don't know why you do this really hard dash, but if Miguel really wants the Torvus key, I guess it makes sense. This dash is even harder than it looks. I consider it to basically just be the old Grand Abyss dash, but harder and more precise. I didn't frame count it or anything, that's just what it feels like. It's a horrible dash.
Have you ever crossed Wind Chamber and then got to the power bomb door and didn't have a power bomb to open the door?
Oh yeah, 100%. Is Naii, I guess, not deciding on Profane Path?
I guess not.
Or deciding to not do Profane Path?
Maybe he'll do it on another save warp. It's really hard to say what Nai's thinking right now. Heading back towards Aegon by appearance.
Yeah, I just thought if Naii made the commitment to check things that are out of logic, like Wind Chamber Gateway and Wind Chamber, then perhaps you do the in-logic check around here as well. I don't know.
Miguel is committed to this key.
That's odd. But hey, do the bad trick. Nice. Yeah, there's a sustainable collision that extends out a bit. And if you do a really, really, really good dash and bend up, you can stand on the side of that. and just walk up. We'll see if that Torvis key comes into play, but like Leno said earlier, I'm pretty sure it's super unlikely.
Miguel also thinking about it. Okay, there you go. I think this is the profane path for Miguel, which could be really huge because Naii had intel on that first, potentially, and then just decided to skip on that. So this might be huge for Golub right here.
Also, yeah, we got a check for playing a Dark Warship. I didn't end up seeing what it was, but it doesn't look like it was anything important, so... Miguel's not going to die here. But Miguel is being careful anyway. Careful to make sure the shots hit. Don't waste too much time. Is that supers? That's supers! Oh my god. Yeah, that's huge. That's even SDK hints right now. Those are available. No wall crawling whatsoever. That's really gotta hurt. If you're Naii and you go back there later to find them. That's an item. What was that?
That looked very glowy. That's either... Was that our other grapple? Or was that gravity boost?
I don't know. If it was... That was obtainable from Miguel's position, but like not if you're not comfortable with it. You also have to like come back and like if you terminal fall, you're gonna take 10 damage, and then that's so much of your time. If that was an ETM though, then yeah, just ignore it. Oh, I love that movement off that scan. People used to like screw attack down to the door in speedruns at the end in any percent. I was like, oh god, we gotta stop screw attacking everywhere. It's so slow.
Yep, for it's counterintuitive, but screw attack in this game is actually slower movement than just like rolling or.
It's like roughly the same, but usually it's worse because of the extra like extra time just for like your end lag and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yep.
It's the same with these elevator rooms in Great Temple. Previously, we'd like jump up and shoot the doors and screw attack into the doors and like instant morph through them. But the end lag of ending your screw attack, even if you like cancel it and stuff, makes it worse than just jumping forwards and like morphing and boosting through the door. Like that's actually about half a second faster every time you do it than screw attacking. Like just stop using screw attack. It's just slower. There was another really funny one in Sanctuary entrance where you'd scan the cannon to get the item, and then from like you'd like jump on the scan post and screw attack over to the cannon, right? Or like screw attack over to the spider track. That's slower than just jumping down and using the cannon normally in the game to get up to the spider track. That one made me laugh really hard.
Naii doubling back to Trial Tunnel is going to get that. The super missiles on Profane Path. Oh, thanks, game.
That's a horrible spot for that hint, though. Oh my god. Wow, that sucks. Because the only reason you would read that is either if you went to Torvis first, which is something that Naii can't do right now without Boost Ball, unless you do tricks to get up the half pipe, and or you are entering Torvis from the front the normal way by using the portals and coming back out, but when you come back out of the portal and read the hint, you won't have super missiles to be able to go back and get super missiles. So you're just in a really awkward spot. Miguel's got a pretty large advantage here, I would say. Just chugging along without E-tanks. The suit's gotten important now, that's for sure.
Depending on the rest of these SDKs, Miguel might be one item away from go mode. Potentially.
And what's that, the screw attack? Miguel won't need the light suit for the FTA. No, you can skip that. It's not very difficult. I think if Immortus is the progressive grapple, then it would be the other progressive grapple that's preventing Miguel from potentially beating the seed. Or well, guaranteed. Like, you have to find screw attack to be able to finish the seed. I don't any other item is situational, like a dark visor or something. Seeing this less than 30 minutes in though is really, really cool. Alright, let's get some notes.
Or just transport access. We need that one.
Yep.
Sank entrance.
Okay, that one's pretty annoying without the ability to boost, so probably gonna see boost ball.
Central mining
CMS.
station. Okay.
And it is progressive grapple on a Morbus. Nice.
So Miguel's probably not getting around that one. We'll probably see Miguel fight a Morbus sometime soon-ish.
ETE. Okay, well, you need gravity boost. I love how many times I see TTE. Dungeon. Alright, okay. You need Dark Visor and you probably want Light Suit.
Mine Shaft.
Probably want Dark Beam.
Plaza access, no big deal there. Transit station, okay.
There. Posted them into chat. That's a great list of keys. So, for those watching, I think to wrap up, that's another progressive grapple that needs to be found. Miguel now knows that a Morbus is required regardless. Like, it doesn't matter what movement system it is, whether it's gravity boost or grapple, it's going to be required to beat the seed, so Morbus is hard required in this seed. That's awesome. So then there's the other grapple that's missing. Dark Beam is an unknown. Dark Visor is an unknown. And then they'll also need a way to boost.
Oh, please be careful, Miguel. Okay, there you go. Most runners will take the laser advantage of dying, but Miguel did not do a safety save before doing this. So Miguel is playing it safe here. I like that. Saw a powerbomb drop and decided... Okay.
Yeah, Gollop makes a good point here. If you're going to skip Light Suit in this, you need, like... Either you need one Light Suit, or you need, like, Cannonball and around 4 or 5 energy tanks. Like, that's not... Like, you're probably more likely off at this point, just thinking about using Light Suit to finish the seed instead. And it would just save time in places like FTA as well.
Question in chat. No, my COCOM partner managed to skip Light Suit during the opening match of the CGC tournament for a dungeon SDK once upon a time.
Don't remind me. That was horrible. I was so nervous.
The skipping of the Light Suit was awesome to see, but the circumstances of how that happened, we won't talk about that.
That was versus you, right?
Yes, it was.
First race?
Yep.
Man, good times.
Mm-hmm. That was a fun tournament.
Sorry for cheating with used secret worlds. Guess we're gonna get labs front from Naii.
Yep. And a Hall of Honor check from Miguel.
Or did...
I like this. I like this play by Miguel. You're not coming back this way any other time soon. Might as well do this now.
Did I just enter? I was half paying attention. I entered CMS and then left.
Yes, and
maybe they just decided it was better to go this way. Like, I definitely understand opening the gate in Mining Station A, even if you're not going to go to front labs, because it's nice to have it open for leaving, because it can be kind of annoying to BSJ over. But...
Nai's returning the energy. This is...
Returning the energy.
Did he see something in Mining Plaza, or did he just getting rid of the energy? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
We know
we got SDK hints. We don't.
We know there's not an SDK in Mining Plaza. I wonder if Naii saw something else.
Maybe it was a missile expansion, and I thought it was super missiles.
Oh, you know what? Maybe. There's been
or maybe I don't know. Maybe it could be like boost or something.
There's definitely been more than one instance of runners mistaking one item for another in this tournament. I know I have mistaken missiles for seekers before, or seekers for missiles, supers for missiles once or twice. It's definitely possible.
Either way, Naii is still one progressive grapple away from actually being able to obtain the item, and they can return the energy at any point. So the fact that they're routing around returning the energy now, I think must mean that they really believe that it's an important item in there. I thought they just took the energy because they didn't have Dark Beam, and not having Dark Beam means you have to do it. Oh, speaking of Dark Beam, means you have to do a triple BSJ to get out of Morbus's room if you don't have Screw Attack.
That looks like it's a missile in Pod W. Oh, it's beam ammo.
Light
Okay.
ammo, yeah. Seeing a sand plate from Naii? Yep, okay. I can understand it. You have everything you need to make progress in there with the grapple and stuff. I wonder if Miguel would consider going to Sank and just getting a cannonball immediately, trying to speed up the C as much as possible after getting Dark Beam, but that'd be odd. Still a heck of a lot left to find in this.
Nice roll jump there by Miguel. I love that roll jump. Very fun one to do. Oh. Okay. Naii just lost a frame there for a second.
If Miguel does decide to fight a Morbus right now, earlier in the tournament, maybe it was only a week ago, it was either a week or two ago, one of Miguel's previous matches, they fought a Morbus without Dark Beam as well. Another seed I generated, another masterclass, but Miguel took the energy in order to leave to spawn that platform to jump out, which was after the race I informed Miguel that you can just BSJ out. And Miguel said, I will not be making this mistake again, so might see the BSJ here.
Maybe. Naii double checking Haze and Cliff. It's just a missile back there. Didn't get a great look at it the first time. Calling Chamber, just a missile.
Yeah, Crossroads might pay off. The routing here is not too kind for an Aegon cleanup, so if you bank on nothing being here during cleanup, then that would be pretty nice. Hive gyro play is one of my least favorite in logic sequences to do because it just takes so long. But yes, this is completely in logic what Naii is doing right now. Oh wait, no, it's not. They don't have boost ball. You can only peek it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Oh my goodness.
There's the Dark Beam pickup from Miguel.
I don't... Wait, oh, you can get it if you use a bunch of out of bounds, yeah. Did they really do that in a race? That's kind of cool.
I would think you would want to get that with Screw Attack instead if you don't have Boost Ball.
You'd think. I hate that Screw Attack. But I also hate the... If you don't have Spider Ball, but you have Boost Ball, you can do an even worse method where you boost jump up there. That one is probably one of my least favorite cards in the database. It's horrible. With the soft lock risk and everything. Just gross.
And 38 minutes in, Miguel has picked up the first E of the match.
I think part of playing the randomizer is finding a balance between the time spent making out of logic checks and time spent making in logic checks. You only have so much time that you can spend on doing things without, losing your race, potentially. And Naii chose to spend time to go check Hive Gyro, but didn't do the same for Profane Path earlier, when Profane Path is... I think that's a shorter check overall, in terms of, getting back on track on your route. Yeah, maybe a Hail Mary thing. Wait, did we go? Oh, Miguel grabbed Dark Beam, which just wasn't on the tracker yet. Yeah, I was like, did Miguel forget to grab the item up there before going to Sank? That would be so funny. Yeah, it's a shame, but it is randomizer. Sometimes you just miss out on something, either by just deciding that it's not worth your time, or you just don't think about it as an option. Yeah, they did have Emerald, Annihilator, and Echo all available immediately, plus the Dark Suit, which I think might have played a role into putting that in Logic.
Yeah, even if Profane Path wasn't like the check that streamed at you, it was heavily implied with just your loadout. I'm a little surprised that Naii didn't do it. Definitely gave Miguel I don't even know what I'm trying to say here, but Miguel has
an advantage. Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Hey, it happens. I think Miguel is making the MSB play. Our favorite hint. Nice camera. Yep.
Oh, we know Mind
Oh,
Chat
yeah.
has an SDK, so Miguel's getting that anyway.
Yeah, I just realized this is just an extension of getting your SDK and skipping some time to clean up. That's Boost Ball in Storage D. Pretty good spot, I would say. Unless Miguel... Like, Miguel doesn't have Boost Ball, right? So they don't have access to Torvus from the side.
Mm-hmm.
So unless Miguel decides to go out of bounds to do it, I don't see Miguel going to Torvus from here. Miguel could go to Sank and like choose to get a Cannonball as an option. Maybe just wants to get out of Aegon as soon as possible.
And then
If that's the case, that would suck.
Yeah. And then question chat, Dark Beam was in Relation Area A. Thanks game for that Aegon key hint.
Yeah, nice hint. Yeah, Naii finding Boost Ball could be a bit of an advantage. We just don't know yet. Oh yeah, the Central Mining Station key, of course. Maybe Miguel will commit to going from Central Mining Station to Storage D into Sank or something, or like doing the full Labs loop instead. Depends. Also, yeah, the Boost Ball gives Naii access to Torvus from the side, so Naii might get the Super Hint in Path of Eyes.
And I'm pretty sure Naii knows this tech. Naii could opt to do the wall crawl in Torvus Temple. To just skip
yeah, so you can skip going all the way around to Grove.
Yep.
Logical path. You can just beeline out of the temple. Yeah, that's smart. Naii is checking Storage C. Interesting.
Well, I don't know if I agree with this necessarily.
Also, yeah, no Skordak. I didn't even realize. You ever just press B and your Skordak doesn't come out? Why is it not working? And yeah, there's the Boost Ball. Miguel, you can scan that, right? Oh, I see. Yeah, just leaving it for the reload. Right. Duh. Yeah, Labs, Dark Labs, and Morbus. I forgot that Miguel hasn't done a Morbus yet. It's a pretty good route, not gonna lie. Because you see how many new checks on the way there? 1, 2, 3, potentially 4 new checks on the way there. Did Naii see a progressive grapple on Command Center?
Wait,
Is that what Baha was talking about?
I didn't catch it.
Baha thinks something blue, or Azure thinks something blue was down there.
Okay. Naii confirming the SDK and Central Mining Station. He's going to pick that up here before starting the fight. Now Nai's going to have to do this again if he wants to get the Battleground in-cache hint, because that Luminoth is not there in the first visit to this room, for whatever reason.
Maybe it was a memory saving tactic that at one point was required or something.
Mm. Oh, Asder. And
Naii is
he's gonna get the
going down.
He's approaching it from. Yep. Okay.
Did Naii close the hole on the other side? Well, I guess if Naii already checked storage... Wait, Naii checked storage B, right?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so I guess if you already did that, then closing this tunnel is not a big deal. That is grapple. Yeah, screw attack. Okay, wow. Another item found. So overall, collectively, we're still missing Dark Visor, probably Light Suit, and Gravity Boost. Miguel's doing a trick here called Dummy L. I already forgot the instructions for how to do this, but you want to like pause and I think it's you want to hold digital L while scanning something.
Oh no!
Pause and then unplug your controller and replug it back in. And this will allow you to hold a lock onto an object without like scanning it. You can bring that scan over to the platform so you can stand on it.
Unfortunately, Miguel ceiling bonked and was not able to make it to the platform. Oh, it looks like it's too high. And Naii saw in cache 1. I didn't see what was in there, but Naii said no.
Nai's got that nice red skybox going on right now. Energy tank. I think Miguel will take that.
Depending on the rest of the seed, might be comfortable with just those 2 energy tanks.
With Light Suit, definitely, yeah. I think if in the very rare or unlikely scenario where that ends up being skipped on Miguel's end, Miguel will probably need about another 3 or 4 more.
We saw a power bomb expansion at Battleground Open Spot.
Yeah, I could see Naii doing SDK hints after this as well. You either need to go back to labs, which is basically fully cleared at this point, in order to be able to have an exit here. So Naii might opt to just use the save buying cache 2 instead, to leave Aegon and try to route something else in after.
Question in chat: shiny missiles are a Prime 1 rando thing. They were not added to Echo's rando.
So Naii checking a Dark Oasis hint, I think.
Yep. Which was a missile expansion, so we know Dark Oasis is dead.
It's an interesting seed because both of these two have been sticking around in Temple Grounds and Aegon the whole time, but they have almost every item in the game. Like, you'd think that maybe if you spent this much time without going into extended dives into Torvus or Sank, then you'd maybe be behind, but it's not the case in this seed. It's extremely front-loaded.
Yeah, the seed's been pretty generous with items. We're effectively go -2 with what we know.
Vanilla Sonic Boom. Let's go. Man. I make some good stuff. Miguel, you have screw attack now.
Yes, you do have
Yeah, dash. I think it might be a bit faster to dash. Don't trigger the pirate fight. Don't do it. Don't do it. Wait.
Oh no!
Why'd you trigger it? Oh, you want to do a Morbus, right? Right, yeah. Of course. Funny thing, you can just ignore every pirate in here and take the light door. I think Miguel is just maybe turning their brain off and killing all the pirates. I don't know if Miguel would like do an entire fight and a reload, because this is gonna require like how many times are you loading a big room here just to go back to the portal after reading the hint? It's a lot. Yeah, I think Miguel just didn't realize that he could leave.
Uh-oh. I think
If you have...
I think Nai's realized their mistake and is on he's on his way to Profane Pass.
That's good. It'll save a lot of time on wall crawling to hints. Well, not having to wall crawl to hints anymore. Yeah, PSA. If you have Light Beam and you started the pirate fight, you can just ignore them if you can climb the room up to the light door. And if you started the fight and you want to leave backwards to Mining Station A, you just have to do the first phase, like just kill the first 3 pirates and don't go to the center of the room where the trigger is to continue the fight. The lock on the door behind you will go away once the 3 pirates are dead. And so you can just leave as long as you don't trigger the next part of the fight. There are no complications that happen from loading and entering other rooms by doing this. Getting supers is nice. And we'll see here if Phase on Grounds is actually an item. No, just ETM.
Now, if
That
you're
can save
Naii,
a lot of time here. Sorry, continue.
I was just gonna say, at this point, if you're Naii, how behind do you feel getting the super missiles now instead of when you could have like 15-20 minutes ago?
Yeah, I'm not really sure on that. I feel pretty bad about it, but I try to not let it damper my ability to finish the seed. Like, Naii still went to Aegon, which didn't really require supers to clear and find a lot in. I would probably feel more bad about the high gyro, like, detour. Naii is on the right track here, for sure. Getting the STK hints here, having all the items that Miguel does, and then also probably going to Torvis immediately after the hints is probably going to be... I wouldn't say... How even would they be? Miguel has Crossroads and... What was the other key?
I think Central Mining Station, because I don't think Naii did that one yet.
Naii hasn't done... No, Naii definitely did Central Mining Station. Yeah, Naii did it. Mineshaft, yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
So, the fact that Miguel doesn't have to detour back into Aegon at all for the rest of the seed, potentially, is really good. That's the one thing that I'd say probably puts Miguel in the lead here. And yeah, the side Torvis thing is probably preferable to the front, because Miguel can do that. Miguel will enter Torvis sooner than Naii will, and the side is also better.
Except Miguel's going to do a save warp instead? Question? Oh, I guess not. Oh, this is an in-cache 4 check right here.
I would 100% enter side Torvis from here.
Yes.
Side Torvis with the out of bounds to do the pirate fight is just such a good play. It skips like climbing Great Bridge and stuff like that. It's just awesome. But I've never crashed doing it either, if that's like a worry that people have. Just entering the room and going out of bounds, I've never crashed. Yep, don't hold R there, you don't need that dark ammo expansion. Oh, Miguel is using the save.
Interesting. Huh. If this is a save warp, then I gotta think you're entering Torvis from the front door at this point.
I wonder how close they'll be entering Torvis. Might depend on which player decides to do freedom boost. Oh, never mind. Just going for the manual save.
Interesting.
Where is Miguel going? Oh, Incast 1? I guess, yeah. It was something that Miguel could have done before Morbus, just fine. Yeah, Freedom Boost was the boost over the block in the Path of Eyes, but I guess that's not the path that Miguel is taking here, so I think Naii will maybe end up entering Torbus sooner.
Naii getting the rest of the STK hints, knows what he needs, and this is the resets.
I guess Naii is just not deciding to enter Torbus from the front from here.
Where did I save? I don't remember now.
If Naii is saved in Aegon, maybe this is their like Mineshaft Crossroads cleanup, and then after Crossroads you just go to Taurus from the side play? Maybe? If they're saved in Aegon, it's a good place to do it.
Oh, that's right. Great Temple. Forgot about that.
Why is Miguel doing this?
Ammo.
Dark and light ammo. Two sides of the same coin. I don't. These are interesting plays. I wouldn't make them here. Getting the in-cache 1 item when it causes a reload for the room. And also checking this. Like, okay, that item... You're still looking for Dark Visor, and you're looking for Light Suit, and you're looking for Gravity Boost. So if you're checking that item down there, you are committing to thinking that Gravity Boost or Dark Visor are locked behind Light Suit, and you want to try to get one of those items early. And if you're skipping Light Suit for getting that Dark Visor / Gravity Boost, you should also probably be thinking about skipping Light Suit entirely for Dungeon and FTA. So it's not something I would have checked. When you check things like this with wall crawls that you're just not going to get anyway, you have to like think about why you're actually doing them, if that makes sense. Wall crawling all the way to in-cache is an interesting route.
There's a super hint for Naii. Hey. He's probably thinking he would have liked that hint about 10 minutes ago. So despite Nai's disadvantage, Naii is going to be the first one into Torbus here, just coming up on the 1 hour mark.
When you wall crawl all the way to in-cache 2 just to get a vanilla Sonic boom. Like, I say Naii is on a potential progression advantage here. Like, Naii might find the next progression items that are required to beat the seeds sooner, but Miguel has done more cleanup. So, it's interesting.
And both runners are going to take the front door into Torbus today. Missile-related upgrade in Poison Bog, Energy Tank in Lagoon.
Take the slow path through the water when you don't have gravity boost. I never like doing this, even though you do it in the regular game. It just feels slow. Oh, there you go. There's your light suit hint. See?
Light reactor core. All right. Oh, Miguel's trying to thread the needle and get in. Oh.
Freedom boost. Come on. Do it. Do it. Come on. Get in there. Don't you give up. Yeah! God bless these great United States. That's a trick that only works on NTSCU versions of the game, and I don't know. Anyone who's tried it will tell you that it just feels random, even though like, it's probably not, but that's what it feels like. Completely independent of your actual like inputs.
Did they extend like the collision hitboxes?
Yeah, something about the collision of the room was altered. The Claris's Echoes Patcher reverts the change. It makes an edit to the collision of that room. If you're playing on a PAL, that is, TSCJ, I think maybe too. I don't remember if NTSCJ is supported by the patcher or not, but PAL is. Gel is grabbing an energy tank.
Or not. A visor is in
Visor is in Torvus. See, all the hints, they're just in Torvus.
Yep.
They just, it's the gravity boost, that information that's missing now from the seed being completable.
And as we hit the 1 hour mark, I want to say welcome to everyone just tuning in. Give our runners a follow. Naii and Miguel, there's the links for them. You can also follow my co-com Aaron and our tracker Gollop. You can follow me if you wish.
You should.
Oh, there's Dark Fights right there in Temple Access. Okay. Erases the need for that hint entirely. So now it's just gravity boost. Go -1 effectively for both runners.
It's interesting how close they are now that they're just looking for a few more items, and Naii ended up like not having the Sky Temple key hints early on. What is Cannonball? Nice. At the time we would have thought that Nai's missing out on super missiles early on in the seed would have played a big detriment, but Naii has come back from this essentially.
I think maybe if there wasn't so much stuff front-loaded in Agon, that it probably does spell a different story, and Miguel just has a huge advantage over it. But because of Agon's loadout, Naii is neck and neck effectively.
Yeah. That Cobalt, great find. You're going to Reactor Core anyway, so you're going to get to read some Cobalt hints. And check Sank Map for Gravity Boost. That's right. You're going to check Sank Map for Gravity Boost, and it's going to be there.
I want to say that's a Torvus key right there in Mid Vista. Yep.
Yep. Okay, so there was one in Grand Blade Chamber, and I don't remember what the other one that both of them have. Yeah, check the gravity boost that's being discussed in the chat is seems to be happening. I can think of 2 tournament races that had it. I think it happened to somebody else off tournament as well, practicing. It's kind of funny. I think yeah, Naii is just wrapping around to do Torvus Plaza.
Wait, you can okay. That's a today I learned. You can lower the gate from Torvus Temple upside.
Wait, what was that about the... Oh, like scan the gate from the floor?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that.
That always learn something new about this game, either watching or racing.
Miguel's gonna be like, thanks! Epic hint.
Little does Miguel know that they're right next to it.
Miguel scanning that gate is interesting because I think it would lead to them getting Cobalt, which is good because at the moment they're looking for Gravity Boost, and Gravity Boost helps a bit with getting the Emerald hints in Lower Torvus, and also you have to be in Lower Torvus with Gravity Boost at some point to finish this seed. So maybe they decide to go to Sank instead to collect hints and get the light suit. Yes, even without the light suit hint, light suit would have been found by both these players because transit station is a Sky Temple key, right?
Mm-hmm.
So light suit's just one room away. Because the hints aren't really that helpful.
Did Naii actually get the key out of Plaza?
I'm pretty sure. Oh, there's Gravity Boost and Forgotten Bridge. Okay, I believe that's go mode.
Oh, it's Plaza access.
Wow.
Thank you, chat.
This route's perfectly fine. You go to Lower Torvus and you grab the TTE key. You go to Sank, you grab your light suit and the temple access key. Then Naii can. Wait, was there anything else in Sank other than that?
Transit station, and what was the other one?
Any other Sky Temple keys? Sank entrance, right? Well, you can maybe route that in at the end or something. I'm not sure, but Naii can. Wait, should Naii do that? You could do TTE. You could do TTE save warp Sank entrance, transit station Aegon, and then finish, or you could do Lower Torvus Sank, Aegon save warp Sank entrance save warp. Beat game. I'm actually not sure which one's better. They both have to have the same number of save warps.
Now, chat's saying maybe Naii didn't pick up the Plaza Access STK, and I'm starting to wonder.
So you can check in the VOD. I'll look that up. I won't be able to pay attention to current things, but
Sure.
I'll go double check for you.
Sure. Yeah, we did pick up another Hive key in Hydro Dynamo. I believe that's actually our third one we've seen.
Oh, never mind. Gollop did confirm it. I forgot it.
Oh no.
Oh no. Was this my fault? Did I listen to me when I was talking about how it's faster to check Torvus Plaza first? If you still need an item and you save a second coming back? Is that my fault? I'm sorry. Well, this would route perfectly if you didn't have to come back to get Plaza access. Ow.
Yeah, that is really bad for Naii now.
Yeah, that light, at this point... Wait, Miguel went back here. Miguel didn't get gravity... Oh my goodness, they didn't check Forgotten Bridge!
Yeah, Miguel saw gravity. Miguel's got it.
Wait, Miguel saw it?
Yeah, came in.
Oh, Miguel does have a backpack. You're right. Yeah. Okay, never mind then. Yeah, Miguel has a backpack. Wait, right?
Yeah.
Is that what the backpack looks like? Listen, it's been a while. Well, we're about to find out anyway. Nah, that's a backpack. Yeah. Okay. All good.
Yep, and we just saw the free movement in the water, so Miguel definitely has gravity boost. Naii going now to main research in Sank.
If Miguel got gravity boost in Forgotten Bridge, why did Miguel backtrack to Grove to go to Lower Torvus? I don't think that's faster than just going through temple access.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, yeah, when you get the item, you have to drop down to hit the procs load for Great Bridge, which is a long load, and you have to load Torvus Temple as well, with a shorter procs load, so it technically takes longer. I don't know. I still probably would have done it that way. If Naii grabbed Plaza access, I would say Naii is really comfortably in the lead, but I don't think that's the case at the moment.
And that BSJ that Naii did, I don't know what the trick is to it, but it's definitely harder than it looks, at least from my experience. Getting the lights.
Yeah, it's definitely not easy. Something that Miguel can do here, because Miguel has already completed their Aegon cleanup, Miguel could technically wall crawl Sank entrance. It's not a difficult wall crawl for Miguel to do. It was done in 100% route before. I don't know if Miguel finished a run with it, but I'm saying it's a possibility that we might see this here. Like you get the item in transit station, you do the secret roll to go to Sank entrance, and then you're like, wait a second, my light suit's up there. I'll get it on the way back, and then you come back after Sank entrance and use the save or something. Because what's Miguel? Miguel's missing 5 keys. Transit station, Sank entrance. Miguel got all the Aegon SDKs, didn't they?
Yeah, TTE is one. I'm pretty sure Miguel's missing.
Oh, right, FTA. Oh, wait, FTA is bad. Okay, no, okay. Okay, so the Sank entrance play is fine because you only have to wall crawl around the one door in, what's that room called? Reactor access or something. But wall crawling all the way around Sank entrance to be able to get FTA from this side is not worth it whatsoever. Ignore what I said about going out of bounds here. Forgot about FTA. So Miguel's 3 keys are FTA, Sank entrance, and what's the last one? No, Miguel got TTE.
Miguel, okay.
And yeah, Sank entrance is such an awful. Wait,
right.
Miguel's going back.
Thank you, Golem.
Dungeon. Yes, dungeon. Yeah, which is why Miguel's going back now for dungeon. That's actually... Wait, yeah, we forgot about dungeon. I mean, going back to Torvis is not the worst thing in the world for Naii, but only if Naii realizes it. Like, if you go to Sky Temple with 8 keys and tells you have 1 key remaining, and then Miguel finishes, like, a few seconds after, that would hurt. Or,
yeah.
You know, a couple minutes after, maybe. That would hurt, for sure.
So after dungeon, probably save warp, do FTA, Sank entrance, go back, finish the game?
Yeah, that would be the route. Naii, if Naii is using a tracker or is keeping track of how many Sky Temple keys they have, there's a chance they might realize while thinking about their route in their head that they're missing a key. And hopefully that might lead to seeing that Plaza Access was skipped. It's a nice bomb slot skip by Miguel. Man, I haven't seen Dungeon yet in this tournament. Look at these little guys. They're like cars.
Dual SDKs
The cars... Sorry, what?
I'm just gonna say dual SDKs by runners there. I just
Yeah.
Crossroads one.
Remember the cars at the end of Coconut Mall? Like they block you, they move around left and right.
I try not to remember that.
Whenever I see those enemies that move for the light beacons, that's what I think of. Which is why I called Dungeon the parking lot, like a year or 2 ago. I guess Miguel didn't grab TTE then because of... Oh, wait, no. No. Definitely grabbed it. Yep. Could have grabbed it after, though. It actually would have been better to grab it after. Like, you could have gone directly to Sank to get Light Suit instead, using this nice reverse air underwater. Yep. Anyone was paying attention, Miguel did a frame-perfect morph exiting the water box in what's that room called? Training chamber?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, Miguel's taking an interesting route. I don't see why you would wall crawl Sank entrance here when you also have to do FTA. I don't think that's a good play. You really could have just save warped after dungeon.
Unless Miguel's looking for a closer save point again. I mean, the lower Torvis one's kind of out of the way. But
I don't know, you just kind of use the portal and go up.
Yeah.
It would be like, it'd be less time than going to the elevator and Sank, I'm pretty sure.
I think this is a...
And yeah, Naii remembers Plaza. Maybe they were doing the counts. Yeah, Miguel's wall crawling to Sank entrance. Okay, interesting. Well, at least I called it. I can be, I can be cool for calling the play, even though it ended up for different requirements than I thought. This is a wall crawl that's done in 6% because you don't have the translators to be able to leave the other ways. This transition kind of sucks, though.
I think Naii forgot about Plaza access. Yep. He just remembered he's going back there now.
Okay, Miguel wall crawled Sank entrance just for here and is doing FTA there individually. I don't know, I still don't agree with this. But I don't know. It's either this or double save warp. But I mean, with the FTA one, you're still doing some backtrack. I don't know. Maybe this is slightly faster. Because after you get FTA, you can go to the wind chamber path. Wait, did Miguel open the wind chamber path?
Wait, did? I don't...
The light block in Path of Eyes is not open, so if Miguel wants to go that way after FTA, they still have to wall crawl around that room, which is just another like wall crawl you have to add to doing it this way. Instead of just a warp to start after getting FTA into Sank entrance.
Oh, Miguel just did the freedom boost over the one, didn't even move that that switch. So yeah, neither one of them have been moved.
Naii remembering is pretty good here. I don't know if this puts Naii ahead, per se, because it's still dungeon plus Aegon cleanup required, but... Oh, and also Naii still has to do Sank entrance. What am I saying? Wait, no, Naii did Aegon cleanup. Yeah, they have 6 keys, so that's...
It's
dungeon...
Dungeon Sank entrance, and... What's the third one?
FTA. If Naii just does the route that Miguel should have done here, the one that just stays in bounds and does 2 save warps, it could be pretty good here. There's a lot of movement that Miguel has to do after this. Never mind, Miguel is just going to go out of bounds and... Oh my god. Why? I didn't think they would try this. This is the Hive entrance secret world, but done in Sank entrance instead, and Miguel is going to Aether jump up Sank entrance, or just climb the room and exit out of the elevator on the other side. Well, I guess if you can do this, then it routes out okay, but... And you also have to consider wall crawling, what's the name of that room? Windchamber Gateway. Like, it's just so many wall crawls. I wouldn't, like, they are cool, but it's not something I would want to do at the end of a race that I felt like I was ahead in, because I'm sure Miguel thinks they're ahead.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Miguel's thinking here. We'll have to bring this up in the interview and get their thought process on this.
Yeah. It's also risky. Like, you have to, when you're doing this section here, if you don't want to fall behind this door, you have to morph and land on like a pretty specific spot that'll let you reach the door. If you've done it a bunch, it's not that bad, but like it's just added risk, you know? Like, and yeah, Miguel fell in bounds instead. Exactly, like I said. Didn't hit the spot and fell in bounds instead, so it's more wasted time. This It's gonna be a close one. Miguel falling down. Miguel also has to kill Quentin here to get this save station, and Nai's dropping some frames, but Nai's entering the save station right about now. Aren't they neck and neck at this point?
Pretty much, yeah.
But like neck and neck in terms of what they need to do.
Oh, Quentin isn't gonna load. Miguel already passed up that room state somehow. So Miguel needs to go up Spider's Treasure or back to Aegon to get to a save point. Oh, this one really hurt Miguel right here.
Wait, why is Quentin not spawning?
I don't
know why Quentin's not spawning.
There is
I've
some,
never.
there is some magic going on with room layers here that I do not understand.
Is it because the trigger at the top of the room from transport center or transit station was hit? I'm pretty sure Quentin can still spawn if you come from that way.
Yeah. And now Naii on his way to FTA and Sank entrance. He's going to get his last 2 keys. Naii.
Oh, Miguel hit the... Yeah, I think Miguel hit the Quentin trigger when going out of bounds. And Miguel jumped on a piece of standable collision in front of the door, and that was enough to trigger Quentin and start the fight. Oh my goodness, that hurts so much. Why is it called Quentin? It's a nickname that the speedrunning community gave that quad a long time ago.
Just like how the Metroid in Hazing Cliff is called Cliffy. For the same reason.
Yeah. Like, this save station, Miguel's gonna have to... oh, wait, no, you don't have to walk all to the save station, what I'm talking about. But, like, it's just so slow. These room loads are really long. Whereas Naii is on their way to Sank entrance. Gonna get the item and, save warp and get out.
Miguel's definitely feeling the pressure now because of that. And as a reminder for our runners, for our viewers, this is a 2-2 matchup. This is win or go home. So the runners know they have to win to have a chance to move on the bracket stage.
Like, at the very least, this is a very, very interesting ending. Yep. It's fun to watch. I need to link a video in the Discord. My friend Alien Squeaky Toy, when doing Segment and Hundo, came up with a really, really great strat for these pirates, where the first pirate you see in front of you, like, you know how at the back of the room, there was one pirate in front of a group of 3 pirates in a line by the light door? The pirate that spawns after the light door spawns once you kill the pirate in the front of the 3. So you boost into the pirate and bomb it a couple times to push it towards the other 3, and you use 1 power bomb to kill the 3 pirates plus the 1 pirate you pushed. And because those pirates are dead, the 5th pirate will spawn by the light door, and it will die to that same power bomb. So you can lay 1 power bomb and then turn around and kill the pirate by the beginning of the room, and that's the whole fight.
Interesting.
It's a good strat. I'm pretty sure he documented it on YouTube.
What did Miguel spell? No idea. I did not quite catch it. Miguel now has all 9 SDKs though, and here comes the next wall crawl. Oh, I think Miguel's just gonna go around through Great Temple.
Yeah, that's smarter at this point. You're not feeling comfortable. It's a funny roll jump. So, Naii falling down. That's pretty big here at this point. I think if Naii didn't fall down there, Naii would still probably be what, as like a guess, like around 30 seconds or so behind. But Miguel, yeah, in the lead here still.
right, Naii, which way are you taking back? Because I don't think he moved the crystal switch either, so he's got to go through Great Temple as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have used reactor core here too. I always use it. Naii had the option to do it too, via Quentin, but just didn't have. Nice, the partial instant morph. I don't. You can do a full instant morph there too after entering the room from the portal, but it's not that consistent. Did I open this? I don't remember seeing it.
Wait. I don't remember seeing this either.
Are we gonna see Naii walk around, roll around this block, but not Miguel? That'd be really funny. I guess, yeah, it was open.
Oh,
that really sucks. Falling down in Sank entrance, like that's a major mistake to make towards the end in a race this close.
Naii is actually a lot closer to Gollop than we thought. I'd say about, what, 90 seconds behind now?
I think a little bit more. I think a little bit more than that.
Maybe? Okay.
Also, yeah, Miguel, not Gollop. I think he said Gollop.
Oh, yep, sorry.
Whoops.
I still have yesterday's race on the brain.
Hey, yesterday's race was a 2-hour fun fest. This one's a little bit shorter than that. And yeah, Plaza Access, even though Naii remembered it and had to go back to Torvis regardless, Naii was in Plaza Access earlier. It would have saved a lot of time to get it the first trip.
Mm-hmm.
So Emperor 1, just using light shots, and I guess Miguel's opting for super missiles due to lack of ammo here. 4 super missiles or a lot of annihilator shots are your best options here. And then 3 power bombs are enough to finish off all 11 of these tentacles.
Really good grouping on the first 2 set.
That was really clean for not having Cannonball. Those enemies can knock you around and stuff and lose you some time. That didn't happen here. Oh, this is 1 cycle? Yep, nice.
Nicely done.
Squirt attack does 36 damage per frame for those who are unaware, and there's a leftover hitbox that you can use underneath Emperor 3 near the floor to deal a bunch of damage. That was really clean. The final boss is really clean so far. Let's see if Miguel can get a nice Dark Samus as well. Or just get insta-centered and like maybe lose? No, I don't think that could happen at this point. But had Naii not fallen down at the Sank entrance at the end for a more recent difference, I think a centering could have decided the race. Oh, not the bonk!
Oh no.
Oh, not doing any damage!
Oh no. You're just enough to center.
No, don't do this.
No. Oh.
Yeah, Miguel didn't do any damage because Miguel switched to Dark Visor and saw the static. That means Dark Samus is still in the Dark Samus 3 phase. If Miguel saw Dark Samus, then it would have maybe been enough damage to go. That was a lot of damage for a bonk. Alright, that's
wow.
gonna be GG.
Miguel finishing in first place on the official race time of 1 hour 29 minutes and 1 second. GG's to Miguel.
Those are really nice final bosses, except for the block at the beginning of DS3. See if we can get them in here for an interview. Yep. Hi, Miguel. GG. Yeah, hey, buddy, what happened?
Quentin decided to not spawn, so I couldn't enter the same station.
Yeah, you touched the trigger when you were wall crawling back there to the door, so I guess that just prevented the spawn in the second pass. But why did you decide to wall crawl there instead of just using the dungeon? Like, you could have used the lower Torvus warp to start and just done the whole thing in bounds. You wanted to do a bunch of wall crawls?
What are you saying?
After dungeon, you could have just warped to start and then gotten fortress transport access and sank entrance normally, warped to start again, or just left, and then you wouldn't have had to do any wall crawls.
I forgot.
you forgot to do the normal inbounds way.
I forgot that
Yeah.
Sank entrance is like right there. But
Yeah.
like the elevator is also right there, and transit station too, and like
I actually said before you got to light suit or whatever, I said maybe you do actually wall crawl to sank entrance and just get the item then, but I forgot that you had to do FTA as well. And when I was reminded of that, I was like, okay, Miguel's not going to do it then because you have to wall crawl around all of sank entrance then instead of just get around that one barrier. But you ended up doing it anyway. It was cool to watch, even though you fell down.
yeah, it turns out the collision I usually normally stand on is not there after it's destroyed. What a surprise.
Oh, is that what happened? Okay.
Yeah. And and it's an open ceiling, so I got screwed.
This was a really close race. I think what ultimately decided it was Naii forgetting plaza access and having to go back for it later. They were in the room, but left without picking it up
Oh damn.
and had to go back after.
Wait, did I got centered?
Yeah,
I got that third.
No.
Literally instant stunner, just rubbing it in.
Damn. Maybe we both got centered.
Yeah, you had a pretty sizable advantage theoretically at the beginning because you went to Profane Path and got supers, but Naii didn't do that for like another half hour. But like almost all the items ended up being an Aegon anyway, so you guys were both like pretty neck and neck entering Torvus. We thought after you fought Amorbus you were just going to enter Torvus from the side, but you didn't do that. You stayed in Aegon and went to get a few things and warped back to start.
Nice vanilla sonic boom.
Naii was in Torvus by the time you were getting Sonic Boom. I'm pretty sure. So like Naii was ahead in terms of coming up to the next progression, like finding the next items like Dark Visor and the hint for Light Suit and stuff like that. But you had Aegon cleanup done already. So that was the difference at that point. And then Naii forgot that Sky Temple key. And you made the mistakes around Sank entrance, and it led to a pretty close race at the end. Do you have any thoughts while Dark Samus is very slowly dying?
Night just finished. Should be here soon.
Oh, right, the stream delay. Forgot about that.
And there it is. Get your GGs in chat, everyone. Naii finishes it off. 1 hour, 33 minutes, 29 seconds. See if we can get Naii in here for an interview.
Hiking sank entrance. I mean hive entrance.
Was that where the last one was? Okay. I thought we saw all three.
I did not. There's Naii.
Yep, just... Hello, Naii. Welcome. GG on finishing.
GG.
That
Yeah,
was one heck of a race.
it was a really fast seed at the start, like a bunch of items like front loaded. But then the key collection was a little rough.
I missed Plaza Access.
Yeah, that cost you the race. You know
I
what
also
happened
had
to me, Naii?
disgusting Sky Temple.
You know what happened to me, Naii? I went to Sank entrance, like right after dungeon. I had lied to it. I went to Sank entrance, got that, and then decided to walk roll back to Temple Grounds. But then I went back in bounds in Sank entrance accidentally, and it turns out Quentin was not there, so the barriers were blocking my way to the save station. I had to go to the second floor to get that.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah,
Some little
screw
drama
you,
at the end.
Quentin.
Hey, you're the one who triggered Quentin. Quentin's a one-time offer.
It's weird how you triggered Quentin, but we didn't hear the music that actually had Quentin, so that just seemed like a little strange.
I think I
music
saw
was
the
started, but
door
then I
lock.
transitioned right away.
Yeah, the door lock came up, and yeah, that was it. Do you have any thoughts about the scene overall, Naii?
Naii.
The seed was fine. It's just lots of back and forth. Really convenient hints in Torpus, though.
It was
Yeah,
alright.
the hints were pretty funny. Like, it gave you the hint, the location for Light Suit. Like, even if you didn't see it, maybe you would have gotten it anyway. As a transit station. The
Reactor core.
No, transit station was a Sky Temple key. Is what I'm saying. So maybe you
Oh.
would have just seen Light Suit immediately after, anyway.
Yep, and
But
the
the
same
gravity
with
boost location was nice for sure.
the Dark Visor hint. I believe that was in Path of Roots, and then you just find that in Temple Access anyway. So that was kind of a Thanksgiving moment.
It was energy controller.
Oh yeah,
A visor can be found in Temple Ground. I mean, Taurus Bug.
Yep.
There were two big differences in this. The first was Miguel got supers like almost immediately. What was it, like 15 minutes in or something? Maybe a little bit more
22.
than that.
Around
22.
there.
Okay, nice memory. But like I said, I didn't get it until maybe another 25-ish minutes after. But it ended up not really mattering that much because Naii prioritized going to Torvus after pretty much immediately, right? You got hints and you went to Torvus. Miguel stayed in Aegon and picked up a few things that didn't actually end up being progression after doing a Morbus. And because you both had almost all the items in Aegon, it evened it out at the beginning. And then, yeah, the Plaza stuff.
I was gonna go to
It can hurt.
Turbos. I was gonna go to Turbos right away after Amorbus, but then I remember the battleground moment I had a few races ago.
Now I'm curious. How did you remember that you forgot Plaza Access? Were you like doing the route in your head and you realized you were one key short on a tracker or something?
When I was going to TTE, I'm like, all right, I should be on 2 keys. I guess I'm getting TTE so free. And then I saw I had one, and I'm like, shit.
Oh no.
Yeah, we were curious in the chat if you would even remember if you would like go and just return 8 keys and be like, oh no. But I was saying if you're you know what you're doing, you're a good player. Maybe you're thinking about the route in your head, and you have a tracker or something keeping score of how many keys you have, and you'd realize that you may have forgot one.
Yeah, I usually have a notepad open with where I need to go, and I start cleaning it up when I collect the keys. So when I noticed that the sum of the keys didn't add up, I knew I had missed something.
That's good.
No, that's
Notes are
totally
very
appreciable.
important. I do basically the same thing. Just have like a template, write down notes, and delete things as I go.
This would have been much faster if I did better routing and not do stupid decisions.
It was
But
still a
hey,
really entertaining race. So thanks to both of you.
yeah. Alright, I'm gonna head off and do something else. Thank you for having me. And GG. Naii.
GG.
One more time, make sure to follow our runners. They're pretty good, both skilled players. The rest of this is our last week for the brackets, but we'll have top 8 starting immediately in January after a little break. Also, make sure to follow Gollop, who tracked the whole race. Both players, basically flawless. Leno's again. And Leno for commentating with me as well.
Also, Aaron for commentating. And don't forget, this is just game 1 of the doubleheader today. In just under 2 hours, we have Op and Frost also coming up right here on SpeedGaming 3. Bash and Aaron, the two of you will be on the call for that one.
Yep, Bash and I will be doing one together. Finally, I think we did one before, but we wanted to do one together some other time. Now we get to do it today. It'll be fun. I think that's all I have to add. If you can wrap it up here.
Yeah, I think so. But for now, Naii, again, thank you so much. Apologies, you will not be moving on to the bracket stage, but you put on a great show for us, not just today, but throughout all the Swiss stage. And I wish you the best of luck in the future tournaments. But that's going to do it for us. For Aaron.
One thing. I think Naii would do really well in the spoiler format that I will be hosting monthly.
Wait, there's going to be a spoiler?
I'm gonna do them at some point next year. Yeah, maybe a few months after the tournament's over. But I think you'd do really well at that. It's the same format as TGC's Prime stuff. I'm gonna set something up and see how many people are interested in doing a couple of speed runs for the randomizer.
But obviously,
you got my interest.
You obviously don't want to go into it too much right now because there are spoilers involved. So we don't want to
very true. Yes. All right.
Okay. Bad puns aside, that's gonna do it for us, for Leno and for Gollop. Wow, I can't word. For Aaron and Gollop, I'm Leno. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. We'll see you next mission.